Did you know that you can make upwards of $2,000 a day as a copywriter? I mean, a single day. And it's true, you can. The starting market rate is around $1,000, with many charging around that $2,000 mark, and then experienced copywriters charging $4,000 to $5,000 for a single day. Day rates are the key to hitting six figures for so many freelance copywriters. The idea is that you sell a single day of your time at this value-based rate, not only to be able to give 150% for the client that you're working with that day, but also streamline the back and forth that's common of larger and longer projects, and put boundaries in place for your own time too. This video is going to give you a bit of a crash course in what day rates are, the benefits of them, and maybe why you wouldn't want to use them, and then how to get started with actually implementing day rates into your business model if you do like the idea of it. And if you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe so that you know you liked it and I can create more just like this. If you don't know me, hey, I'm Jill Wise. I'm a conversion copywriter, brand and marketing strategist, and business coach. And through both my Done For You studio and my education platform, I've worked with, coached, and taught hundreds of entrepreneurs just like you how to make good money online. And a lot of those are copywriters, especially inside my mastermind, The Inner Circle. Literally just this week, I was strategizing with two of my mastermind women on how to incorporate day rates into their business model. And they are so excited to move forward with this new offer. Part of making good money online is developing offers that are fair for you and your clients and make it super easy for them to say yes to you. And oftentimes from what I've seen, day rates are a very easy yes. They get so much value and you can do it in a very condensed, intensive, and boundary strict time. So it's kind of a win-win for everyone. And on that note, let's talk about the benefits and drawbacks of day reservations or adding a day rate into your copywriting business. The first one, I think this is the most obvious one, it is that day rates are a really good way to set boundaries, especially if you struggle with this or capacity planning in your business. So if you've been in that spot where you didn't have any clients and then you accepted a ton of them and they all started in the same month, and then you're sitting there and you're like, how the heck am I going to get through all of this work? That's where a day rate would be very helpful for you, because it is very clear, distinct days of time that you're reserving for clients. So say you want to do one of these every single week, or maybe just a handful every month, or maybe you can manage doing a couple every single week. You will know in advance which days you're available for, so it makes capacity planning super easy. Also, a lot of the time, the boundaries are really clear because rather than it being based on the final deliverable, it's based on you spending that time working in their business, on their copy and that kind of thing. So the boundary is set that at the end of the day, you're done. Even if there's still some gaps, you can set them up to fill those gaps either on their own or help them with it, but your commitment is done at the end of the day, and that makes boundaries super easy for a lot of people. Along the same lines as capacity planning is benefit number 2, which is that you can plan your life out for months in advance if you are selling day rates only, because you know exactly what days you have available. So if you want to go on vacation in 3 months or 6 months from now, you know that you can sell your days around that. Another benefit if you choose to do the day rate offer as your only offer is that it makes it super easy to sell. Like, this is the only option for people, so you can just streamline everyone into that offer only. Rather than talking about a bunch of different options and having to help clients decide, they all go to this one place and you can deliver on that. And then it's even better if you can systemize it on the back end for you and also like for the client experience side too. So it becomes this kind of like delivery, almost assembly line style, but like a delivery sequence that's really easy for you from start to finish when they come in as a lead and when they are going out the door with their copy. And another benefit is that this is really good for those like smaller one-off projects or clients who need zhuzhing and just things that don't really fit into any other package or category. Personally, that's what I use them a lot of the time for, rather than putting clients through a full done for you project in the studio. If they don't need that, then I might just make them fit into a day rate because it's what makes the most sense for both of us, really. Now, just to be fair, we need to talk about a few of the potential drawbacks of doing a day rate offer in your business. The first one kind of ties to the last benefit, and that is with the smaller one-off projects, it makes a lot of sense, but you won't be able to go as in-depth as you could for a full service project that might take 6 to 8 weeks. That's why in my business, I have a very clear distinction of what can fall under a day rate and what is better as a full service project. And doing that makes sure that I'm giving the clients the best at each opportunity. So for example, if you were to do a full messaging and website project with me in my studio, then we are going to take 8 weeks to complete it, and we are going to do a ton of research, and we're going to talk to your customers, and we're going to do all the strategy, and we're going to do multiple revisions and just go through everything holding your hand and doing it all for you. If you come to me with a website copy draft, then I could edit that for you in a day. And that makes a lot more sense at that time because you don't need to go through everything because you already have the draft in place. But I can't do that entire project in a single day. It just wouldn't work and I wouldn't be able to deliver the best results. Another drawback of this offer model is that you can't really totally scale it. You can definitely grow to 6 figures and beyond, but you can't scale it in the fact that you are still trading your time for money. Now, if you have a bunch of different writers on your team who are fulfilling day rates, that might be different, but the whole idea with this is that your client is coming to get you the expert, and that's often what sells the best. So if we're looking at it like that, then you're still trading your time for dollars, and then that's technically not super scalable. However, you can streamline it in order to grow to a really comfy spot by getting help with the lead onboarding process. Maybe you have an assistant who helps with that and getting them set up with you and like all of your intake forms and then delivering the completed copy at the end of the day. So there's ways that you can streamline it and minimize your involvement beyond the actual reserved day, but it's still always going to not be quite scalable. And a final drawback that a lot of copywriters kind of struggle with when they're just getting started offering day rates is that it's really hard to promise specific results in a definitive way like you would with a package because it's time-based instead of based on the deliverable. And when you are just getting started with offering the day rates, you don't necessarily know how much you can get through in a day. So it's definitely a learning process, and that's why I usually recommend starting at a lower rate for day rates until you get into a groove, and then you know how much value you can provide in 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours if you want to do the full day. For my day reservations, I know that I can edit website copy or edit a sales page or outline a launch plan or come up with a mini messaging strategy. So I know exactly what these pieces are, and these are really good estimates based on the time that I allow for them because I've been doing them for literally years at this point. So I kind of have an idea of what I can get through in a day. But overall, I think that day rates are a great addition to most copywriters' offer suite. Like I said, I was strategizing with some of my masterminders literally this week about how they could incorporate their own day rate into their business, and they're super excited about that. So I really love this idea, and I do have quite a lot of experience with delivering on this type of offer for myself, but also with those that I'm coaching. So next, let's talk about how you can implement a day rate into your freelance copywriting business. There's 3 key things that you need to do if you want to incorporate a day rate into your copywriting business. Number 1 is structure your offer. How will it work? There's so many variables here. Everyone talks about day rates in a different way or structures their day rates in a different way. For me, it is a true day. It's actually only a half day because that's the time that I have to give right now. For some, a day reservation actually takes up a whole week because they need to do the prep work, the strategy work beforehand, and then they do the day, and then they do wrap up. So the client is booking for really a week intensive. And some other people are a mix of in the middle there. So you get to decide what yours will be structured like and how it will fit into your ideal calendar and your capacity planning and the value you can provide and the types of clients that you want to work with for this. Which leads me to number 2. Step number 2 is that you need to identify the buyer. Who will buy this offer from you specifically, and why do they need it? If you already sell packages like I do, then the type of buyer who wants a day rate is almost always different than the type of buyer who wants to have a full service package. Sometimes there's some overlap, especially if you have clients that have been with you for a really long time. It might make sense to just pop a day in here and there between other types of work. But more often than not, I see that the day rate buyer is way different than the full service studio buyer. But you need to know who's going to be buying this so that you can align the messaging for your day rate offer to them. And this will also help you structure what the offer is, because if people just want to get in and out really quick, then maybe a half day, kind of like mine, a half day intensive would be a really good option for you. If they need something that's a little bit more closer to a package, then maybe one of those kind of like VIP weeks would be a better option for you. But the cool thing, as always, is that you get to decide what this looks like and who it's for. And then step number 3, if you want to incorporate a day rate into your copywriting business, is you need to decide your capacity. Basically, with the structure that you've chosen, how many of these can you fit into a month or a quarter or a year? You need to know your capacity if you're going to start selling these offers. This will also help you line up other things around your day rates in your calendar. So for example, you know that every Tuesday is when you're going to be fulfilling a day rate, then the rest of the week can be wide open to work on other things. So after you have everything set up, you followed these 3 steps, then your only job really is to sell this new day rate offer. When you are selling it, remember that this service is a premium service. It is someone coming to you because you are an expert and you can help them so well in just a single day. So when you're putting together your pipeline and your proposals and all of the marketing materials for this offer, remember that. I actually have another video that I filmed ages ago that's about 5-figure proposals, and while it's slightly different because that is referencing those full service projects, this one, it's still a premium service, so a lot of those tactics and strategies will also apply. So I can leave that linked for you too. But that's pretty much it. So if you are going to add a day rate to your copywriting business, then I'm really excited for you and I hope that it goes well. I hope that you found this video helpful. If you did like it, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. And as always, thank you so much for watching.